Here's Chippy here with HiBlue. We're at Photokina 2012, and of course we're taking a look at a Samsung camera. And yeah, this is HiBlue, so this is a smart camera. It's a Samsung Galaxy camera, fairly basic name. It's dual core, I think 1.3, 1.4 gigahertz dual core Android. Yeah, what can you call it? I guess you can call it a phablet because there's a phone and a tablet, right? It's actually not a phone, but it's what they've done is they've put Android Jelly Bean, effectively a Galaxy S2 inside a camera with a lens that is a 21x optical zoom with optical image stabilization, something you won't get on your smartphone. Video recording up to 1080p, and some really nice features in terms of you know, not professional use, but little sort of hobbyist use cases. So let's just show you around quickly around the UI. So let's just show you the UI. There's a couple of nice features up the top here. You've got quick access to some modes here. So we've got auto sharing. There's voice commands. You can set the video quality here. There's a timer, and you can set the flash as well. There's also a settings menu here, and there is the same stuff again. But interesting here is on the right hand side where you get 4 modes of operation: auto, which is pretty self-explanatory; casual, which gives you some basic features you probably find on smartphones, so you know, best shot for example, burst. There's panorama assist as well there. Let's just come out of that. Smart Pro gives you a little bit more than that, so it gives you some sort of effects features as well. I haven't tested these out, but these will just be basically various settings in terms of shutter, ISO and aperture. And then we go to the expert mode, which basically brings out sort of quasi camera here. If I go into manual mode, you'll see ISO up to 3200 and then down to 100. f2.8, and that's in this wide angle lens setting here, up to f.f80. Let's just zoom right into 21x, and we'll go to the f setting again. Lowest is f5.9 there. So let's just pop that up to a bigger ISO. Shutter speed down to 1/2000th, and all the way to 4, 8, 10, 13, 16 seconds. So some potential for some night photography there on a tripod. So it's a really nice feature, and actually, you know, you can quickly use your thumb to actually access some of those settings. I've taken a few pictures. I'll upload those to the site. It'll probably be on the blog underneath this this video. Now, video you can take up to 1080p. If I just come out of this, so in terms of UI, this is a completely separate, probably a separate application. If you come out of this, then you enter into the Android system with the home buttons on the right hand side, the back button. So when you sort of swipe along, you'll see that the camera always stays bottom left. You can always access that. So you've got a full set of apps there, of course. This is basically Android approved Android, so you've got Google Play, you've got ability to upload and install all sorts of apps, and I actually installed Skype here, so you do have the ability to use this as a phone. I'm not going to log in right now, we're over 3G here. So it's a really nice screen. I'm not quite sure how bright that's going to be outside. It's very difficult to tell in here at Photokina, but it's a really nice UI. It seems to be very swift. There were no real problems at all in the user interface. What I'm going to do now is turn it off and boot it up from scratch to show you how quickly it will turn on. So it's off right now. I'm going to hit the power button. That's buzzed at me now. 2, 3, 4. So we're at 5 seconds, and I can actually press the camera button now and take a picture. So about 5 seconds from on, come out of that UI, and we're straight into Android. So they've done a really good job of doing something that makes Android boot really, really quickly. I'm going to turn it off again. I assume that is complete power off mode there. Android loads really quickly behind the camera UI, so that's really nice to see. Just go into settings here. I want to show you a couple of things. So in settings, just to show you that it is running Jelly Bean here, 4.1.1 there. I'm just going to go to power and battery just to show you. We've been here, I guess, 29 minutes, and it was 100%. So in 29 minutes, I've lost 16%. So that is what, 3 hours battery life with the screen on, taking pictures and messing around with it. 3 hours isn't actually that bad. You wouldn't use it with the screen on all the time, but of course you want to be careful if you're using this as an all-day camera. Let's just quickly go around the device. So in terms of ports there, you've got a microphone. Is that a headphone out? I'm sure it's a headphone out and not headphone in. There's a USB port there. I'm not sure if it does other stuff as well, like AV out, and then there's a lanyard. Difficult to see what's on the bottom there, but of course that is a mounting hole there, and there's just the camera, the flash release button on the right hand. So in terms of build quality, actually, if you think about it, there's not a lot of manual control on here, which actually makes a lot of sense. Because if this is a camera that's going to be out and about a lot, you don't want a lot of buttons and a lot of moving parts on it. Feels pretty sturdy. It's not super lightweight or anything, but there's a nice plastic finish on the side there. It's not rubber or anything. It feels a bit warm though, I have to say. It's been on 25-30 minutes here. It feels a little bit warm, but you probably won't be using this 30 minutes at a stretch anyway. So that's the Samsung Galaxy camera. Clearly a step forward for smart and connected cameras here, and it will be really interesting to see what sort of apps Samsung and the community create for a camera like this. I'm really interested in testing it out for YouTube uploads. I've tested out the built-in video editor here. Wasn't that fantastic. Crossfades were a little bit basic, to say the least, but if you want to quickly get something up to YouTube in 720p, 1080p even, or lower, then this is actually a pretty nice camera. 3G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. We haven't got a price, we haven't got a release date for it, but we'll try and get that information for you as soon as we can. It's Chippy with highblue.com at the Samsung booth for Takina 2012 with the Samsung Galaxy camera.